Well, the top story at this hour, in fact, the Congress and the JMM MLAs are on their way back to Ranchi after being flown to Hyderabad and staying there for 3 days. Remember, Telangana is ruled by the Congress party at this moment. And all this is happening ahead of the big floor test, which is going to take place tomorrow in Ranchi. 41 is the magic number as far as the State Assembly is concerned. And the big question is, can Champai Soren prove his majority? He does seem to have the numbers, but there are, in fact, all this is happening amid fears of horse trading and fears of Operation Lotus by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, some of the MLAs have openly spoken about the fact that why were they made, in fact, to go to Hyderabad. A prestige battle at this moment as far as the ruling alliance is concerned, because Rahul Gandhi's Yatra, the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, is also in Jharkhand. Before this, wherever Mr. Gandhi has gone, the Congress and the India Alliance has only seen some sort of, dividends taken away from them, their political capital being eroded, whether it was Mamata Banerjee walking out of the alliance and saying she will fight alone in West Bengal, or the change of guard in Bihar. Meanwhile, JMM MLA Lobin Hebron has said that what was the need for the MLAs to go to Hyderabad.
देखिए, हमसे न पूछा गया और न हम जानते थे, चले गए, ये लोग चले गए। आप क्यों गए, अब वही लोग बताएंगे। हमारे समझ से क्यों जाना चाहिए था, क्यों जाना चाहिए था? जब हम एक है तो एक है, यहीं पर रहना चाहिए। अगर इतना ही डर है, भय है, तो एक जगह रहना चाहिए ना। तो फिर वहां जाने का क्या मतलब था? हम नहीं गए, कौन उठा लेगा हमको, कौन हमको खरीद लेगा?
Let me bring in my colleague Tanish Punjabi, who is tracking the developments from Ranchi. Very important this night, Tanish, is going to be as far as the ruling alliance is concerned. Tomorrow it is going to be the big floor test, and ahead of this floor test, history will keep the Congress and the JMM on its toes.
Exactly, Ankit. The history will keep, as you said, history will keep JMM and the Congress on its toes. It is not going to be just an important night, but this will go on until tomorrow. The MLAs are expected to arrive here any moment. We have been waiting here outside the airport for the MLAs. They will reach here and they will move straight towards the circuit house where they'll be staying for tonight. And tomorrow they will all be there for the floor test. If we talk about again the number game, the magic mark is 41. Although it is expected that they will easily prove the Champai Soren will easily prove the majority at the floor test tomorrow. But a few things to be noticed, that two of the JMM MLAs are expected to not be there at the floor test, and one is speaking vehemently against the Hemant Soren. So yes, of course, very interesting to see the developments that will be taking place. But right now we are outside the airport waiting for the MLAs to arrive. As you know, the resort Ranchi and the Rajniti continues here in the state of Jharkhand.
Who are speaking against Mr. Hemant Soren, who is at this moment in the custody of the Enforcement Directorate. Does this mean that they are going to defy the whip? Because the JMM would in fact go ahead and issue a whip to all their MLAs. Does that mean that these two MLAs could be open for anti-party activity action by the JMM?
Well, that remains to be seen, but Ankit, out of two, one is speaking against, as we heard, one is speaking against Hemant Soren, and again making statements like there was no need for the party to go there, and the particular MLA has been a little disgruntled. But the other MLA here in question is Chamra Linda, and he has not been very regular at the parliament. Although he has not been speaking against against his own party or Hemant Soren. But yes, of course, that remains to be seen how the JMM party leaders will react and whether or not they will be moved out of the party. But all these questions will be answered tomorrow, because tomorrow is the floor test. What happens in the end is that if they arrive for the floor test and if they vote for Champai Soren, then everything will be settled. The dust will be settled. Yes.
All right, thank you for joining us with all those details. Sanesh will be bringing us the latest as soon as those MLAs arrive, and also the big development, show of strength which is going to take place and decide the future of the government of Jharkhand tomorrow when the assembly convenes for the floor test.